Good morning, this is Troy at Chick-a-Woof Ranch, and today I wanted to tell you why we are terrible YouTubers, and also I wanted to thank you. Well, good morning and welcome to Chick-a-Woof Ranch again. I've been kind of struggling with this a little bit in that I've wanted to bring more content to YouTube with what we're doing here on our farm. However, there's a couple factors involved in why we haven't been. Number one is the weather. With it being early part of December, the days are so short, and I am the one that mainly does most of the videoing and the content creation, although I put my wife in front of most of the videos. And since I work a full-time job, really I only have the weekends to video and edit, and so that leaves me with being bound to whatever the weather is on those weekends. Typically here in Kansas it is windy, especially where we are. As you can tell, pretty flat and no trees, except there are a few here on our property. But the wind is a huge factor in the videos that we make, and some days, even with the mic, with the dead cat thingamabobber on the mic, it is still too windy for that. So, second reason we are terrible YouTubers is I love doing projects outside. Like I said, I work at a job full-time in town, and I love my job, but I also love doing projects here on the farm, and those are specifically outside projects. Now, that's all fine. However, I don't like leaving projects hanging or undone. So unless I have a plan to finish the project, I typically won't start it. And the reason that we are terrible YouTubers is because when you are trying to do a project in YouTube or create content from that project, it takes 3, maybe 4 times as long to get your project done. So since the days are so short, and since our projects are, there are obviously many of them, it's hard to make content. So I apologize. I know some of our followers really like seeing what we're doing here on the farm, and I'm sorry. We're trying to do better, and the weather's cooperating today, and I've got my little buddy with me. You say hi, Corbin? Yeah. So, well, let me show you one of the projects that we just did and finished last week. All right, so we are out here in our goat area. There's our bucks over here. All the does are out there in the pasture, and one of the things that we acquired on our house, or on our homestead when we bought it, was this water tank, and it is an insulated cattle water tank, and it refills automatically, and it's been awesome, and it's worked without fail. However, in the winter it can freeze up, but it only freezes up when the temperature is below freezing for about 3 to 4 days. So that's pretty good. However, since we have horses now, we really don't want to haul water. And this is part of the horse watering system. Well, it's the main horse watering system. So what I did last weekend was I ran some electricity to the water tank, and you can see right here, let's see right there, that line coming in. I just put a one of those heated water tanks, and it's only like a 250 watt water heater. I think I got it at Orscheln. I'll pop up on the screen which one it is. And so that wasn't the hard part. The hard part was we had to run electricity out here. So what I did was, you can see the gray conduit. I ran that underground all the way around over to the barn. So it was about, I think it was almost 90 feet, and I was able to get that project done in one weekend. So I dug all that by hand. I thought was going to take a long time was digging, and the whole electrical thing was going to be very boring video. So it was kind of like one of those projects where you're like, this is really not worth videoing. However, I was so excited to get this project done, because now we don't have to haul water because of this tank freezing up. And let me show you how cold it's been. Here's what the chickens drink out of, and we have a hydrant here for them and the bucks. This is their water, but you can see how cold it's been. Let's see if I can lift it up. That's about an inch and a quarter thick, and that's been sitting out for a few hours now, so it's kind of melted. But more than likely this would have frozen up at least a little bit. We could have probably broken it up, but yeah, the water is, let me feel it here. Yeah, I'd say the water's probably in the 60-degree range. All right, so let me show you the connection in the barn. So here in the barn I have it plugged into this automatic timer, and I've kind of been dialing it in for the last week, trying to get the right temperature. So really, I think it's only coming on for for about 3 hours a day, and it comes on in 1 hour increments, and that's been keeping the water, you know, consistently about, I'd say 60 degrees, something like that. Well, I wanted to really show you this project because really this project was funded by our YouTube revenue. So I really wanted to say a big thank you to everyone that watches our videos, that hangs out with us, that leaves thoughtful comments, and just you know, blesses us with all that you do for us here on YouTube. We're just so thankful. So thank you again, and we'll try and do a better job at showing what we do here at Chick-a-Woof Ranch. Right, buddy? All right. Well, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time on the next video. You say bye?